Variations allow you to create multiple versions of your slices. When creating slices, the website sections for your page builder, you will want to offer your content team as many content options such as layout and styling as possible. If you were doing this without variations, you might find things getting repetitive. Without variations, you would have to create content models and component code for each slice that had a small difference, which would be a pain to maintain and mean lots of extra lines of code. Not to mention, this could become confusing for content authors to choose from in the editor. But thankfully, the variations feature does exist, so you can create multiple versions of your slices with multiple screenshots to show your content team how the website will look, all while only maintaining one component file in your project code. To create a new variation, navigate to a slice. Select the drop-down in the top left of the editor window, and in the drop-down, click the Add New Variation option. Give the variation a name. This will automatically generate an ID for the variation. Then, you can select which variation of the slice you want to duplicate your new variation from. This will copy all the fields from the chosen variation into the new one. Then, click Submit. This will open the regular editor window, but you will now have the variation name along the top, and, importantly, the variation ID. In the editor, you can make changes such as adding or removing new fields and configuring different settings. In this example, we're creating a call to action variation without an image, so we can just delete this field. When you're happy with your changes, click Save Model to File System. This will add the variation to your content model and generate mock data so you can develop your variation locally with the slice simulator. Now, using the variation ID, you will be able to maintain your slice variations in the same component. To do this, you can create a switch or conditional statement that targets the variation at slice.variation. Then create a case based on the variation ID. In this example, we've created a ternary operator that only removes the image when the no image variation is chosen. You can also use slice.variation as a variable CSS class name you target in your styling. You can see how this looks in the slice simulator. The simulator will also generate a slice screenshot for each variation. Once you're happy with your variation, push your changes in the Changes tab. This will send the updated model and screenshot to the Prismic editor for the content editors to use. Now, when building their page, they can select which variation they need and they will only see the fields relevant to that variation. So less clutter in the editor and less code in your project.